Ciao, homie. What's up, YouTube? Or for my Greek-speaking friends, should I say?
Εσύ.
Tube. Welcome again back to My Block Strongest Man, where we talk about how you can innovate with objects around your yard and around your home to get your exercise in and burn those calories when you otherwise would just be sitting around the couch. Remember, once again, despite everything you see on TV with all these fantastic athletes, they're great role models and great inspirations, but small goals matter too. So today, I wanted to talk about how I gathered my first 20 subscribers. So I've crossed that threshold. As of a few minutes ago, I have 23 subscribers on my channel. And that might sound like a low accomplishment to you, but I've spoken to plenty of people who have started YouTube channels and never followed through and never gotten 1 subscriber. So 23 to me is fantastic. It's been about a month or less since I've been on YouTube, so I think I'm doing great. And I expect the momentum to really progress from everything that I'm seeing online from other successful YouTubers discussing. So there's all these kinds of tips and tricks and techniques you can use, and I'll talk about which ones of those I used and how I did them to get the subscribers I got, and which are kind of better and more effective than the other ones. But from what I'm understanding and researching, really the number one technique that is above all others is post a lot of YouTube videos and make them good quality, of course. But once you have your formula and your quality down, you want to be posting, if not every day, like some people have had to do to really get great success, at least multiple times a week. So I was posting once a week, then twice a week, and I was seeing, okay momentum. And then I started posting every day, every other day, and not that I'm in the thousands of views yet, but my trajectory is definitely sharply increased if I look at my analytics trend native to YouTube or using the TubeBuddy app, which is one of the tools that I would suggest. So, how did I do it? How did I even begin? Well, the way I began was literally reaching out to people on my contact list. And if you listen to folks who are really successful YouTubers, they'll say, this is not a sustainable course of action or approach, and you really should not heavily rely on that. And I agree with that, right? You're going to run out of people that you know at some point. But I think it's a decent way to start. It was a good way for me to get some mobility. One of my good friends who actually subscribed to my channel is a realtor and has a Facebook page, so he ended up suggesting suggesting me on his realtor Facebook page. So shout out to you, Tim. Thanks again for that. That was awesome. So you never know where reaching out to somebody you know might lead. So what I did was I literally went to my YouTube page. There's a share option on the 3 dots menu. Click that, share. So I clicked the 3 buttons menu. I shared to my text app on my phone and just put in a bunch of people that I know, people I know that would react well and that, I would do a favor for them in turn and that sort of thing. We have a good rapport and I think it would go over well. Also, be sure to kind of ask how people are doing and be a normal human, right? Don't say hey, I know I haven't talked to you out of nowhere, but go to my YouTube channel. So, let's all be kind human beings to each other and help each other out in that respect. So, how many people were on my text list? I don't know. 25, 30. No, actually, it was probably about 50 people, I would say. Then after that, I went into my email list. And I'm not, any kind of entrepreneur with a huge email list. I just have lists of friends and family. So there were maybe another 40 on there, let's say. So if you count everybody I texted and everybody I emailed, of course, thinking about the fact that some of those overlap, I may have had about 100 people, maybe a little over that I reached out directly to. So if you were to say, well, if all of my subscribers came from there, I had a 23% conversion rate, which they likely did not all come from there. Like I said, one of my buddies put me up on his realtor Facebook page, so I might have gotten a few from there. I may have gotten a few from people just searching YouTube and Google, so not directly from me reaching out, which is really the sustainable way you want to happen over time. You want people organically looking for you and you providing great content that fulfills what they're looking for. And so you know, I probably did from the people I reached out to, let's call it a 15% conversion rate, which I think is great, you know. I really do. Although, you know, I kind of got to throw that guilt trip. So a lot of family and friends like didn't even answer. Like, tell me I suck if I suck, and don't subscribe. But, you know, if it were you, just supporting you and clicking a couple buttons, I would definitely do it for you. So step it up, friends and family. So anyway, that's step one. More steps that I've taken. One is maximizing my tags. So download the TubeBuddy plugin for Chrome. It's a no-brainer. It's free unless you opt for the pay option, which has additional features. So far, I've not had to do that. In fact, so far, I've not had to really pay for anything because I've found great free tools for everything I've had to do. My video and audio editing that I use for all my videos, I use OpenShot's free software for that. I don't know if they have a pay version or not. The TubeBuddy plugin is free. What else? Audacity that I use for my audio editing is free. So far I've been able to get away with all free tools plus a DSLR camera and kind of an entry-level professional mic that I already had before. So you too, who have good things to tell the world and interesting help and support to provide, you can get started. It's not prohibitively expensive. Like, look around your house and find a camera you have. Use your cell phone to begin with. A lot of really good YouTubers started off and made like hundreds of videos that way before they upgraded. So back to TubeBuddy, what does it do? It gives you suggested keywords based on your description and your title, so you don't have to kind of come up with them out of nowhere. It'll give you 3 for each video unless you upgrade to the paid version, but what I found is each time I come back in to edit the same video, it gives me more different ones. So yeah, that's tedious, but you know, it does give you an opportunity to get additional pertinent keywords. It also gives you tools to see how well keywords that you plan to use rank and how competitive they are. So are they searched often? And, you know, are they being provided by many other providers to make them really competitive? So you kind of put those two things together and it spits out a result for you on whether it's a great idea to use that keyword or not. So really, really helpful. What else? The analytics on TubeBuddy are really cool too. So I find them to be like a slightly more real time than the ones on the native YouTube analytics module. So, you know, so that's great too. And, you know, I love my analytics. I kind of come from that world. That's my day job. I have a lot of experience in data-driven performance, so I like to apply that to my own endeavors like YouTube and trying to get it right in that respect. So TubeBuddy helps out a ton in that way. And then the other probably best thing that it provides is it gives you the ability to create nicer thumbnails than just the native YouTube app lets you do by just selecting a still from your video, and that's it. With TubeBuddy, you can add text, you can add emojis. What else can you do? You can add images from your computer. I think without the pay version, you can add 1 image, and then if you upgrade to the pay version, you can add more. But I've been able to kind of use Paint to add things together before I make 1 image. Like I combine multiple things into 1 image, so it's a single upload and things like that to get around. So TubeBuddy, I think definitely has helped with adding better thumbnails that people are more attracted to, adding keywords to each video into the channel as a whole, and things like that. So that's one way that I think really has helped me to gain some of the subscribers that I have so far. And then kind of some of the other things I've done that I think have been really helpful, and I can tell because I've tested some videos versus others where I don't use this technique, is things that I've learned by watching other YouTubers is using specific keywords in your title and in your description and trying to get those keywords in the first couple of lines of your description. Some successful YouTubers say get it in the first 2 lines, some say the first paragraph, but as close to the beginning as you can is great, and try to use like normal sentence cadence, not like a bunch of keywords one after another like it's obvious that you're trying to get attention with them, right? Use them in a way where you would have a discussion with somebody about what you provide on YouTube that is like a normal interaction. And so terms like how to or how I did this or I don't like to use this one, but the negative, like, don't start a business until you do this. Like, the warning type, I hear is really attractive to people as well. But, you know, one of my videos is, you know, how I carried 136 pounds of concrete slabs or something along those lines. And that one has done well compared to my other videos because how-tos do very well on YouTube. So that's another way that I think that I've gained some subscribers. The other thing is switching over, and I had a video about this, but switching over to using a microphone for, you know, a professional type microphone like this for my audio and recording it separately from the video that I'm recording on the DSLR camera. And so what that gets you is, number one, far better audio quality than a built-in mic on a DSLR camera, or at least on my camera, whatever get me. And then also, it allows me to get the mic way closer to me than the camera might be. So right now, I'm about 3 feet from my camera, but if I'm outside, you know, doing a deadlift or lifting concrete slabs or something like that, like I do in some of my more active videos, I might be 15 feet away from the camera and hard to hear. So that's another thing that some friends of mine, subscribers, have suggested that I think has made the biggest difference in my videos, and that is using, like I said, a professional mic to record the audio separately than I record the video. So shout out to you, Felipe. Thanks for that suggestion. It's helped a ton with my views. So wrapping it all up, I think those are the things I've done to gain my first 20, and it's actually 23 subscribers as of this moment. So it's one, upping the frequency of creating my videos, and I think that technique will gain momentum more and more as we go. So once I get past that 150 video barrier, I think I'll start to really exponentially grow. Two, getting the free TubeBuddy plugin that helps with all the analytics, getting your keywords right, and getting your thumbnails to be more exciting. And then three, getting the description and the title to have specific keywords pertinent to my video and what I'm providing, and getting those words, you know, organically, naturally used, but toward the beginning of the description and the beginning of the title. And then four, of course, upping the sound quality. So I always had the video quality. I'm using a DSLR camera. Video quality has always been great. And four, again, upping the sound quality by using an entry-level professional microphone. I use the Blue Yeti, and I'll give you the link to that in the description below. And I think that's made a huge difference as well, because this happens to me too. When I watch YouTubers that I can't hear very well, even when I have my volume all the way up, I sometimes will give up. If I'm really interested, I'll listen closely and go in a quiet place and listen. But suffice to say, the chances of retaining your audience for the whole video length are much better if you have great audio quality, and that's what I think I've done now. So I'll continue to add some more techniques, but that's what I've done so far for the first 20, and I hope that helps all you other YouTube newbies out there. And until next time, subscribe, like this video, share it with everyone you know, because by this time you like the content. You've been here for 21 videos. And until next time, as always, ciao, homie.